Good morning. I want to talk about something that has taken place. That we have full moon in Aries today, or overnight tonight. So on the 9th. So we're really under the influence heavily now of the full moon, and and we have this huge transit, Mars in Gemini. So at this time, you can think about the moon being sextile to Mars and being disposited by uh, Mars. It's being disposited by Mars in the first house. So this full moon is probably not really feeling like a full moon in that sense of normal proportions. And so I had an incident last night where, I was thinking, wow, this is really strange. But it wasn't strange in some other way. Spirit wanted me to see something, and it was something that was kind of obnoxious, and I was really disappointed by it. In the morning yesterday, someone had contacted me. Now, I live in Hawaii, so people tend to contact me while I'm asleep. So she contacts me like something like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. I don't know what it was, but it was a TikToker. And she told me that she had a message for me from my ancestors, which, I'm very much into reincarnation, the past, But I'm going to give you fair warning, TikTokers and psychic wannabes. And that's what I think you might be. I'm sorry to say, I'm sad to say, but those of you who are out there seeking money and looking for donations and offering readings and all these other little details, you don't do anything for Spirit at all. And I'm going to tell you something else. Spirit's going to remove you if you don't stop it. You're not going to continue this stuff. But anyway, I digress. What happened? Well, this person, later in the evening now, we're talking quite a span of time, is now contacting me. So I suspect she's probably somewhere, good 12, 13 hours away from me. It's just kind of the opposite time zone of mine. Anyway, not any big deal. I don't really care about that. So she's asking me what kind of reading she has a message from the ancestors. What kind of reading would I like? And I said, I don't know. I don't really need one. I get read all the time. I'm an astrologer. I'm a medical astrologer. And, I get read all the time. I know that seems strange. It's not that I go to anybody and get read, but I participate in ongoing learning. And as that occurs, we read each other's information. We provide feedback. We share our charts internally and discuss them. And to be an astrologer, it's not just about me knowing what you look like. It's largely about me knowing what I look like internally. That Mars and Gemini, the information that's laying out on the table. And as I've said before, not that I want to cover a lot of ground, but this does actually apply. And why is it that both Vedic and Western tropical astrologers can come into some agreement and alignment in our forecast? Well, because really to transition from one house to the other, there is a mixture, a blend, and we don't realize it, but we're really talking about both often. And I love that my fellow Vedic astrologers are saying many of the same things I am without ado. And so, it affirms to me that we're not on the wrong path here at all. So at any rate, this woman offers me a reading, and I say, okay, yeah, sure. And she wants to do a palm reading. And I'm starting to go, not that I want to be any kind of think in a certain way, but, the gypsies of the past have used palmistry, time immemorial. But some of the techniques that they learned for survival were a little on the rough side. And so I suspect that's what this is here, a little bit of dark magic. So she asked me to take a picture of my palm, and I did, and I sent it to her. Well, the next thing I know, she wants money. Give me some money. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to give you any money. I told her, I don't need to pay you for this. If it's a message from my ancestors and they want me to have it, I'm fairly sure that they'll give it to me, whether you give it to me or not. And she got silent from that, just briefly. And then came right back at me with, nope, you have to pay, and you have to explain to me why you can't pay if you can't pay. And I said to her, well, yeah, okay. I'm a stage 4 cancer thriver. Now, I'm telling you, to get where I'm at, I am chiseled and gray. I've got some whiskers under my belt. I know some stuff. And as a spiritualist, long term, I know some things. And I was like wondering, usually if something's not right for me, my gut will just go, the alarm bells will go off in heavy, heavy ways. And I just didn't experience this that way. It was bizarre. But that full moon in Aries telling me to look at the story, listen carefully to this new adventure you're on. The shadow, 12th house, full moon in Pisces. I can make the connections here. I could see them all. They're all a part of the bigger story. So this person starts getting aggravated with me and abusive, if you will. And what I did, this person got removed from my TikTok, got blocked and banned. So just keep in mind that when you're dealing with spirit, don't bring spirit garbage. Now, I'm not saying I'm spirit. I'm saying I'm a piece of spirit. And I'm functioning in the light. And if you want to come to me with darkness, you will find out that my cone of light is bigger than your cone of darkness. So please do keep that in mind when you think you've got something coming to you from me, because you don't. If I'm going to give my money away, it's going to be to somebody who's living on the streets that can't afford food. Don't ever contact me again. Thank you. Please do hit the like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments.